If you clicked on this video, then you probably have either asked a girl out on a date for sometime this week, or you're at least planning to ask her out. And you surely don't want the date to end up as a big, messy disaster, or for her to think of you as a creep or a weirdo afterwards.
You are scaring me!
And so you're wondering, what can I do to improve my chances on the date? You're in luck, man, because in this video, I'll be sharing with you all the really important things that you absolutely must do days, hours, and even minutes before your date begins. These 10 crucial tips that I'll be sharing with you will help you make sure that your date goes off without a hitch, and you both end up having a really great time. Hint, hint. My name is Matt Artisan, lead instructor at the Attractive Man coaching team, and without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 10, make sure she's going to show up. There's no point in doing the next 9 tips if she's not even gonna show up. So make sure to reconfirm the date, but don't text, "Are we still on for tonight?" No. That shows a huge lack of confidence. Why would it even occur to you that she would even consider flaking on a guy like you? So instead, just send her a text that shows her that you expect she remembers and that you expect her to show up. Something like, "Hey, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late." Or just reconfirm her location if you're actually going to pick her up or order a ride for her. Do this 1 or 2 hours before the date. That tells her that you're preparing for the date and that she should be too. And with that, you've reduced the chances that she'll flake on you. Number 9, prepare your lady. The very first thing that you need to do is prepare your date for the date. What I mean by that is, if she really likes you, she may show up in a really sexy, provocative statement outfit with 5-inch heels and a full face of makeup. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think everybody would like that. But if what you were planning was a simple walk through the park and then grabbing some ice cream, she might not feel all that comfortable. She's walking around in uncomfortable shoes the whole time, and she might have been expecting something a little bit more classy, which is why she dressed that way. So she might just feel uncomfortable, which could affect how much of a good time you guys have. I recently went on a date with a girl who showed up in a full pantsuit, which was actually pretty hot, but it was also physically hot because we went to this outdoor Asian bazaar, and in the Philippines it's like between 80 and 90 degrees outside and it's humid. So she was just dripping sweat. Luckily, I took action and I went up to one of the vendors and I asked if I could use their fan. And I even paid him a whole 100 pesos to use it, which is like $2. So luckily it worked out. Now the exception to this would be in Ukraine or Russia, where it's totally normal to have a date where you just walk around the city or a park for a few hours and the girl's wearing high heels and a dress and she looks like she's ready to go clubbing. That's just totally normal in that culture, which is why I used to visit there quite a bit. So when you have the idea of what you guys are gonna do on the date, tell her what it is so that she can properly prepare. Now, if you want it to be more of a surprise, you can just tell her what to wear. Something like, "I'll come pick you up Friday at 3. Wear a t-shirt, shorts, and comfortable shoes." Or, "Let's meet at the bar at 8 p.m. Make sure to wear heels." That will give her enough information to be properly dressed for the date. There are plenty of women out there, believe it or not, that flake on guys before the date because they get stressed out worrying about what to wear. And I love to tell girls to wear heels and a skirt or heels and a dress because I want them to show up feminine and sexy. Not only because it turns me on, but I also want her to feel feminine and sexy. Which brings me to number 8, show some style. If she's getting all dialed up for the date, then you have to make sure that you're pulling up looking great as well. If you need a haircut, get a haircut. Trim your beard, trim your nether regions. Plan for success. Plan your outfit and get it ready before the date. Focus on looking even more attractive on the day of your date than when she usually sees you or when she first met you.
You should be my girlfriend. For sure.
You don't need to go all James Bond and wear a full tux.
Always wanted to have Christmas in Turkey.
If she usually sees you in relaxed casual wear, then you can take it up a notch and wear a stylish collared shirt. That is, if your plan for the date allows for that, of course. And always wear accessories. Accessories make you look sexy. A new watch, bracelet, rings, a necklace, or a banging pair of sunglasses can go a long way to making you look fashionable and give you a ton of sex appeal. Number 7, pimp your ride. Now, I don't mean you need diamond encrusted raised hubcaps. What I mean is just prepare your means of transportation. If you're picking her up in your car, then get it cleaned up. You don't want her to sit in your car with bits of half-eaten fries sticking out in weird places or the smell of stale McDonald's. Ugh. That'll immediately turn her off. If you're meeting her there at the venue, then of course this rule doesn't apply. Number 6, pimp your pad as well. This just means clean your house, man. Now, this might seem a little presumptuous of you because of course there's no guarantee that she'll actually come to your house afterwards, but since this might be something that you want to do, expecting to bring her back with you is just a good mindset to have because it assumes that you believe she will like you. So just pick up all the things that are littering your place. Remember to take out the trash so your house doesn't smell. And spray some air freshener or light up some incense. Even if you think your house doesn't stink, you might just be used to that stench. Also, before you leave, set the mood with some music already playing.
I've heard people say that.
I even set the lighting and the temperature that I want it before I leave. Because there's nothing worse for a girl than walking into a cold, dark, silent house, of which she already doesn't feel comfortable in because she's never been there. So you want to set the mood to get her comfortable as quickly as possible. Basically, just get your home affairs in order, so there'll be nothing hindering you from escalating during that part of the date. Number 5, protection. In the spirit of having your affairs in order, you might want to get some protection at this point. Now, for a woman on a date, that might mean something totally different than what you're thinking. Of course, there's no guarantee that you'll have sex with her, but it's a good idea to be prepared. Because if it happens that she does want to have sex with you, I mean, why wouldn't she? You're a stud. Not having protection will be some of the worst self-cock blocking you can go through. Just get a pair of condoms and stuff them in your wallet. You're good to go. I can't tell you how many clients of mine have told me that the woman he was on a date with wanted to go all the way, but he didn't have protection.
Do you have any condoms? You little legend.
It's a simple $3 fix. Now, those are all things you could do if you want a day or two before the date. Let's move on to what to do about an hour before the date. Number 4, confirm the venue. Usually men think confirming the venue means calling the restaurant to confirm your reservations. But honestly, a dinner date is a boring choice for a first date. Instead of your date being just a fancy dinner and maybe a walk back home, try, for example, a visit to an art exhibit, then a stop at a taco truck, a walk in the park, then some time in a bar arcade, and then a stop for some ice cream to end the night. Doesn't have to be these exactly, but the point is, pick multiple venues because it makes the experience of the date so much more meaningful. I'll explain. First, it gives you a feeling that you've spent more time together than you actually have because now you have multiple memories. Each venue is a different memory. So if you went to 5 or 6 venues, that's 5 or 6 separate memories. It almost feels like 5 or 6 separate dates instead of just 1 or 2.
How many dates does it take to get to the center of your Tootsie Pop?
12.
Like
12. That's very
exactly
particular.
12.
You can do like 3 dates in one if you're really good.
You said 12 minutes until we can start making out.
Wow, did I use 12? 12 is a lucky number.
And now that you have all these experiences that you've both shared in such a short time, it makes the connection between the two of you even deeper. If you have all of these prepared, then you might need to check to make sure there's no queues at the art gallery, or too much of a crowd at the bar arcade, or too much traffic in any of your routes. The next important thing to do is get there on time. Now, this bit is very important, especially if it's your first date, because you want her to have a good impression of you. Very important to be a man of your word. Don't rationalize your tardiness with the excuse that women are always late or women always take forever to get ready. If you plan to pick her up at 7, then make sure to be there at 7. Heck, even get there a few minutes early. This will give you an opportunity to maybe go inside her place and talk to her a little bit while she's still getting ready, which will help both of you get kind of warmed up to each other before the date officially begins.
Let the games begin.
Speaking of warming up, if you're meeting her at the venue, because quite frankly, a lot of women don't want a random guy to know where they live. In fact, I almost never pick up women. I always meet them at the venue. Then get to the venue early and start talking to people. This can really be helpful, especially if you're the type of maybe introverted person and you feel like dates are a chore that just drain the life out of you. Because they're not supposed to be that. They're supposed to be fun and enjoyable. After you've started some light conversation, a little small talk, had a laugh or two, by the time she gets there, you won't be a bundle of wound up nerves that you probably were when you walked into the bar. Get those social muscles moving, which will perk up your confidence and make the rest of the date that much easier. In fact, I've had plenty of times where I got phone numbers that led to future dates while I was waiting for my date. I even had a time where my date date didn't show up, but it was no big deal because I just met another girl and basically had an instant date with her. So if you pick venues like that where you can meet other people, then worrying about her flaking becomes non-existent. Number 2, be a gentleman. Believe it or not, most women still love a guy that takes care of them in little ways, like opening a door for them. If you do pick her up in your car, then don't just open the door and then rush back over to your side to get in. No, take a moment to open the door for her, wait for her to get into the car and get comfortable, and then close the door gently afterward. She'll be impressed by that and probably respect you more afterwards. But it doesn't just end with the car. Every other door that you have to both go through, be the one that opens it for her. Trust me, man, it goes a long way. Chivalry is not dead. If chivalry is dead, then let's be the type of men that revive it. Number 1, compliment her looks.
I just thought you were really pretty.
Thank you.
Both of you.
I just saw you walking, and I just thought you were absolutely adorable.
I ran all the way over here because I thought you were really pretty. If you haven't done this yet, then seated in the car about to drive to your first venue is a great time to compliment her looks. You could say something like, I need to apologize in advance because I'm probably gonna be staring at you all night because you look amazing in that dress. Women absolutely love a genuine compliment. And it's a great way to really set that man to women frame, which of course helps you stay out of the friend zone. Now, going into the date, keep in mind the whole point of a date is 2 things. Do you know what they are? It's to get to know each other. Most people get that right, but they always forget number 2. Actually, the most important thing, which is have fun. You're there to have a good time. You're not there to try to get laid or try to get lucky. I hate that phrasing, by the way.
And I hate everything.
You're not there to try to build attraction. No, that's what creepy pickup artists do. You're not there to get her to like you. You're not there to impress her. You're there to have a good time and get to know each other and see if you guys are compatible or not. That's it. That's the whole point of a first date. And look, man, if you're like most guys, then you're going on 1 or 2 dates a month, but a lot of times they're women that you're not really excited about. So if you want to learn how to stand out from all the other guys and be the kind of guy that can meet women anywhere and spark instant connection, instant attraction with women and get more dates than you can handle, then make sure to download a free copy of my Approach Blueprint. It'll show you exactly what to do and exactly what to say when you see a woman in almost any situation. So click the link down in the description or to the right of the screen to get your free copy right now. My name is Matt Artisan from the Attractive Man Coaching Team, and I'll see you in the next video.